What's up, YouTube? This is Shaylin with 8-Bit Co-op, and I am back with another episode of ICY. And in our last episode, we managed to increase our party size with Moboji. I said his name so wrong, and I know I did. Mobilaji. Oh, I'll get it right at some point. And we have the three people from the other family have joined our family, so we're on our way to increasing our abilities. So let's go ahead and see what we run into next. Okay, look at this. So these look like, we must hurry, we don't have much time. You start walking faster in a desperate search for a decent shelter, but you're far away from any building. Snow starts to fall on the ground, and in just a few short minutes, it becomes thicker and thicker. Your visibility drops down, and you are barely able to spot what's a few yards ahead of you. April, where are you? April's voice is weak and distant. You can barely understand what she says. I'm here, I'm coming, I just stumbled on a rock. Chief, I'm going to find her. I won't leave her alone in a storm. We can't split up. We're all going to find her. Whenever you're in a snowstorm or a blizzard or anything like that, once you split up, there's no guarantee or even likelihood that you're going to be able to find each other again. So, no, take the others to safety. Just light a big fire. We'll find you. Carlos starts running and disappears into the falling snow. You keep walking, hoping to find some place to stay, but your feet sink in the snow and each step is harder than the one before. You feel the cold wind on your face, and the snow is completely covering you. If you don't find a shelter, you'll die soon. A sudden gust of wind throws you on the ground, and you hit your head on something metallic. A piercing pain flows down all your head, and your sight fades for some seconds. Stand up! Please, stand up! Don't die here! Eva is tugging you, and you immediately recover your senses. After some seconds, you finally manage to stand up again, but you're unable to see anyone. The group is completely scattered, and you're alone with Eva. I'm glad you're okay. Did you see where the others were directed? No, I saw you falling on the ground and hitting something, so I came here to see if you were alright. Come on, Eva, let's go find a safe place. Please hold my hand. I don't want to get lost in the storm. Sure, give me your hand. Let's go. You keep walking you keep walking on when you finally find a guardrail and there's a badly damaged fence near it. So you keep follow the guardrail, follow the fence. I would follow a fence first, because guardrails can go along the road and not touch anything, so I'm going to follow the fence. Change your path and follow the fence, hoping to find a shelter near it. You follow the fence, and after a while you spot a big wooden building. It isn't the best shelter in the world, but it's better than nothing. Go into the building to protect yourself from the storm. You finally found a shelter. It's not a place where you can happily live, but having even a little protection from the furious storm is better than walking outside, waiting to die of frostbite. The place is cold, and you'll need a fire to survive long enough to see the storm fade away. Eva is shaking badly and barely able to speak. I'm so cold. I'll start a fire as soon as possible. Just let me find something to burn. I'll wait here. Just make it quick, please. You start a campfire using few items you found around. It will not last long, but it will hopefully last until the storm ends, allowing you to survive. You and Eva gather around the small fire, craving heat while your entire body seems frozen to the bones. Some warmth finally starts flowing into your hand, and your muscles slowly stop trembling. The time passes, and the storm finally ends, leaving behind clear sky. You feel the temperature raising. Now you only need to find your companions. Eva doesn't seem too healthy, but at least she survived. She stands and puts her backpack on. I'm ready to go. Let's find the others. You start gathering your things while you see a smoke column raising towards the sky. At least someone has survived. It takes a while to reach the place, but finally you see a big pyre burning in front of an isolated house. You see Demetra throwing some wood onto the fire. I was waiting for you, glorious leader. I'm glad to see you alive. Where are the others, and how are you? Where are the others? Why are you alone? I don't know, my guidance. The storm scatters us like snowflakes. If we're lucky, they're alive and walking towards this fire. I'm glad to see you alive. When we lost you in the storm, I feared the worst. And I'm glad to see you still walking on this frozen world, too. You suddenly hear a distant scream. As you focus on the sound, you clearly discern the word help. Did you hear that? You start running towards April's voice, and after a few seconds, you're able to see the problem. A building collapsed, and Carlos is trapped inside. Thank God you're here. Carlos went inside to do a quick check of the place, and the damn roof collapsed on his head. You can hear Carlos's voice coming from the rubble. Fuck. Are you hurt, Carlos? Am I hurt? A bloody roof fell on me. Of course I'm hurt. You hear some noises, and when you turn to find where it's coming from, you see Mobilage running towards you. What's happening here? Carlos is trapped below the rubble. This building looks old. It wasn't smart of you to go into it right after a storm. The snow's weight broke the roof. Thank God we have your brilliant mind to point out the obvious. Screw you, Carlos. I'm not the one who ignored reason and walked into a deadly trap. You're lucky to be alive. Please, guys, do not fight. We have to save him. We need to be careful. The building is only partly collapsed, and we don't want to turn it into Carlos's tomb. Yes, we need to act with light hand and patient caution. We'll waste half a day just getting him out of it. We're saving his life. It's not wasted time. I know, it's just annoying spending time saving him from his own recklessness. I like this guy. I'm just saying. You spend some time digging Carlos out while Mobilage keeps complaining and April doesn't help the mood. After more than an hour, Carlos is finally free. Oh God, are you okay? Carlos limps to reach a rock and sits on it, holding his right leg with his hands. Yeah, I'm fine. Thanks, guys. What's with your leg? Is it broken? I hope not. It just hurts, but I think it will soon pass. Why the fuck did you enter in there? It was clearly dangerous. Shit, look at that wood. It's completely rotted. Shut up. We've been through worse places. I was just unlucky, that's all. Unlucky? You're an idiot. We were scattered around and you decided to enter in there? That's just stupid. Go to hell. Do you think you're some sort of wise man? Guys, stay calm. We can't fight amongst ourselves. Calm down. We need to rely on our brains to stay alive, not throw ourselves into danger like he did. It's easy to judge in hindsight, isn't it? I'm pretty sure you have a lot of mistakes on your conscience. Mobilage is about to answer when he closes his eyes and slowly breathes. After a couple seconds, he opens his eyes again and walks away. Was that necessary? What? He did everything by himself. He just saved you. I told you not to enter, but sometimes you're just so stubborn. You could have stayed silent, or just said thank you. He insulted me. He helped us dig you out of there, and you only reminded him of his dead family with your careless words. We're just wasting time. Let's get ready to travel again. We got things to do. You're right. Tonight I'll talk some sense into his stubborn head. Let's go back and take our belongings. Your group starts packing up. In a few minutes, you're ready to go. There's some tension in the air, but no one's arguing anymore. Okay. What is this?
That's one of the worst things that happen in a situation like that.
I want to get closer on the map. How do I close in on the map? That's craziness. Okay. And I can't... You know what? We haven't hunted either. Oh, we have lots of food, so...
We had a situation like that happen in Bridgeport during cold weather training. We had a guy who lived up where it snowed and swore he knew everything and went off when we broke off with our group. And that's sort of the same thing happened where he put us all at risk as he was being dumb. So that's one of the worst things that could happen is somebody go off and do something dumb, put the group at risk, and then you start arguing about it.
While you're traveling, some people approach you, accusing you of being a bandit. There's clearly a misunderstanding, but if you don't manage to be convincing, they will attack you. Hopefully this is where my increased speechcraft will come into handy. You manage to convince them that they found the wrong person. Okay. What is this big tunnel right here? Your sleep is again haunted by strange dreams. You dream again about yourself in a different time and place. A place made of metal and electric lights. Hey, wake up. They gave us a new task. A man is talking to you. He looks familiar. Yeah, I know, but we have to go. You see a woman entering the room, smiling at you. Just wake up and prepare yourself. The scene suddenly disappears. You're now weak and aching, capable of seeing only white and gray, and you feel like you're freezing. You wake up, sweaty and breathing heavily. You're in your tent, the sun is rising. It's time to go. Wind tower. So this is where Jerome's friend is from. Can we go in there? I mean, how do we enter Wind Tower? I'm just saying, can we zoom into the map? No! I want to go into Wind Tower. That's kind of weird, because it's not zooming in or nothing, it's just moving around. Huh. And then this isn't lighting up for us. Okay, well I'm gonna head down here. Okay, so what is this little area? It's somewhere we can scavenge. You find an old factory. Okay. And then you get your options 2, 4, and 6. 6 with the less. So we're gonna go ahead and scavenge it. Okay. Use a lockpick. Use your gun to shoot the lock safe. Never use your gun to shoot a safe's lock. Use an explosives or leave the safe unopened. I'm going to try to lockpick it first. You managed to open the safe. Okay, so in it, there's some fuel, and it looks like we have some more parts. We have a teddy bear. Hold on. Wait a minute. What? It's soft and cute. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna head back here and see if I can't figure out exactly what's going on, how we get in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video real quick and see what I can do here. Oh, Derpy. You hover over these items. I didn't even have to pause the video. I can go to the marketplace, I can go to the inn, or I can meet the local leader. I'm going to go ahead and meet the local leader first. See if there's nothing else. The local leader, Maximilian, lives in a big house not too far from the tower. There's a bell next to the door. You ring it, and after a couple of minutes, he comes to welcome you. Greetings, traveler. How can I help you? Can I ask some questions? I don't have much time. If you want to chat, feel free to talk to my citizens. But if you need something important, then go on. How's the situation here? Pretty good, I'd say. We have pretty much everything under control, and, well, having the electricity is amazing. Do you have some work for us? Work? Let me think. There may be something for you if you don't mind wandering around ancient cities. There's a city not far from here with a big church. Here, let me show you the place on the map. We could really use some sacred objects, anything you can find in there. Books, crosses, icons. The more you bring me, the higher the rewards you'll get. We need faith more than anything in these dark times. I'll leave. Thank you for your time. Okay, let's go to the marketplace. You reach the market area. There are different booths and shops around, and this is the only place in the entire settlement that seems alive. Okay, so I'm going to approach the food trader. A young man has a big stall displaying different kinds of food, even if most consist of mushrooms and roots. The man greets you. Welcome, travelers. How can I help you? Can you tell me something about this place? The wind tower is our home and our divine blessing. With the power of the wind, we can create light and heat to keep us alive. I know it's not nice to say some things in front of a nomad like you, but really, we're really lucky to have the tower. What do you sell here? Do you need some meat? Here's some awesome deer meat. Need some affordable food? Here's lots of different shrooms. Feel free to ask. I have food for everyone's taste. I'd like to buy some food. Oh, nice. Let's see, that's a torch. Okay. Do I have anything to trade with him? Okay, so... how much money do we each have? Okay, let me look. Did I just buy that from him? I think so. Okay. So, let me see. Oh, yes. Oh, this is us over here. Okay, so non-fiction book, sewing kit, no thank you. Cell phone, no. Fur, I'm going to go ahead and trade my fur. And the teddy bear. I'm going to keep the teddy bear for now. Okay, and that's where I'm going to leave this for now. I'm going to go to the marketplace and approach the tools trader. Or ask for some... You try to stop a local citizen and ask some questions, but everyone seems busy and offers you no help. After some useless attempts, you hear a voice coming from alley. You see a man who wants to talk to you. Hey, you. If you have some questions, come here. I'll give you the answers you need. Who are you? Me? I'm Benedict, the only guy who can keep the tower running. I don't have much work, unlike the others, but they desperately need me, so no one complains too much. Where did you learn about the way the tower works? I was born in a settlement where some old scientific knowledge survived, despite everything. I learned a lot about mechanics and electronics, so I just had to apply that knowledge to the tower. What exactly do you do to keep the tower functioning? Well, I can't do a lot without proper tools, but at least I can keep working. The people here have no technical knowledge and worship the tower like a divine relic. I mostly pretend to work. The tower doesn't actually need a lot of maintenance. 5 years ago I came here and I offered to make some improvements to the tower. People were so grateful that they allowed me to stay. I'd like to talk about something else. What can you tell me about the settlement? The people here worship the tower like a sacred artifact, and that's quite strange for someone like me. Apart from that, people are decent folk, and I have a good and relaxing job. Do you see many travelers around here? Yes, quite a lot. 1 or 2 groups each week. We use electrical lights to grow some food in our greenhouse, but we're always willing to buy more from nomads. A lot of hunters come here to sell their best game. Do you see some well-armed guys around here? They had guns and horses. A group of well-equipped people came here to buy supplies a few days ago. I don't know much about them, but you can ask the weapons trader. He bartered with them. Do you mean that the people here built a cult around the tower? Precisely, but it's nothing complex. They believe that the tower is a gift from God, a blessing. The result is that they celebrate mass gathering at the foundation of the tower. That's neat. How did they create this settlement? There are different legends around. That's why I think this place was founded a really long time ago. I think that someone had discovered this field full of wind towers and repaired one. And that may have only happened a long time ago, when information was better. Okay. Who's in charge? Maximilian's our leader. He's a decent person. He's able to keep everyone together. He's not the best choice. Not the worst either. I'll go now. Come again if you want to chat. It's always nice to have a good chat. You enter in a particularly well-built brick house. Inside you see an old man surrounded by innumerable weapons placed on tables and shelves all around the store. He raises his eyes and greets Jerome. How are you, old man? Not too bad, mate. Not too bad. I'm so happy to see you. What brings you here? I thought you decided to leave the Vale some time ago. We had a little problem. That's the reason why we're here. I think you can help us with this one. Sure, feel free to ask anything you need, except for weapons. You'll have to pay for them. Don't worry, you greedy bastard. We just need information. Several days ago, we were attacked by some bandits. They captured us and brought us with them. Suddenly, some well-equipped fuckers came out of nowhere. I can assure you I've never seen people with such nice equipment. They looked just like super soldiers. They had high-tech stuff, rare weapons, and combat uniforms. They weren't just some random bandits. We suspect they were a mercenary group. Mercenaries, you say? But it's hard to see mercenaries around here. But I may know the man who could lead you to him. His name is Fang. He's quite a loner, but we became kind of friends, and he always pays me a visit when he's here at the Wind Tower. I warn you, those mercenaries sound dangerous, and chasing them doesn't look like the best idea to me. Anyway, you'll find Fang south of here. He lives alone in a hut. Here, let me show you on your map. Well, at least we have a track to follow now. Thank you very much, Robert. No problem. Now, is there anything else I can do for you? Let's ask him about his wares. I have pretty much everything from simple blades to the best guns. I bet the weapon shop you're searching for is the weapon you're searching for is somewhere in my shop. Okay. So that's a better gun. That's a pistol. But I don't need pistols. Axe can be used to chop wood. Okay. The heavy clothes. Okay, there's a couple of things that I'm going to go ahead and trade. Just because I don't think we need them. I don't want that. Is that bow better than mine? That's a crude bow. Okay. I'm losing. He's gaining 58. We're gaining 90. Okay. Let's go to the local inn. You enter inside the big building with glowing signs on it. There are just a few people scattered around and sitting at the tables. Most of them are locals, eating and drinking something. The place is well lit and there's a good smell of food. Approach the girl, talk to the innkeeper. Go to the counter and talk to the innkeeper. While you're walking to the counter, the innkeeper nods. How can I help you, traveler? What can you tell me about this settlement? Most likely anything you'd want to know. But I don't have much work, so feel free to ask. What about the wind tower? It's the gift God granted us, our divine blessing. We would have no power without it, no hot water, and no light. Our ancestors were lucky to find this place. Is it safe to live here? Of course it is. We have no problem keeping away bandits or other external threats. The biggest problems come when we need to go outside our walls to get food or other supplies. We don't know the world outside like you nomads do. This is a nice inn you got here. How'd you get it? My father built it many years ago. I just added the second floor to host more travelers in case we need it. My wife and I cook the food and serve hot drinks. It's easy work, but it keeps you busy all day. Do you have any problems here? Sometimes, especially when we need to do something outside of here. But we manage to survive. I'd like to know something about your leader. Maximilian does his job, and we can't complain too much about it. Sometimes we don't agree, but at least he keeps this place safe and full of supplies. Let's forget my questions and talk about something else. Sure, just tell me what you need. I'll go. Approach the girl sitting alone. You go near the girl and notice she's actually reading an old dirty book. She notices you and raises her eyes. Can I help you with something? What are you reading? It's an old diary of an ancient who survived the apocalypse. It's quite interesting. Let's see. Not everyone is so lucky. Do you want to try the nomad life? Just try the nomad's life for a week and you'll be grateful to enjoy boredom. Nice point, but I can assure you that living confined in a small settlement is not that good. It's safer, but nothing interesting happens here. Who are you? I'm Jane, the boss's daughter. It may seem to you that I have an easy life, but someday I'll be the one in charge, and I don't know if I'll ever be ready for that day. What can you tell me about your father? My father is the leader of this place. He's a good man, and that's why the Wind Tower is always open to travelers of any kind. He's not perfect, that's for sure, but at least I'm not ashamed of him. I'll go. See ya. Okay. So with that, we've gone to the local inn, we've met the leader, we've gone to the marketplace. So, we've explored Wind Tower, we've gotten some clues. So our next task is to go find the gentleman in the hut. However, with that, I'm going to go ahead and end this episode. I appreciate the time that you have taken to spend with me, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Take care.